All right, I didn't plan on doing this particular video today, but I walked over to order this plant that was actually given to us at my dad's funeral, which is, I guess, almost 5 years ago now, in this particular building where we held the funeral, and it's still alive. So I'm trying to care for it, try to water it every couple of days, but I came over here because we got a really controversial video today. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's about the SEMA 2025 truck. And then I'm going to also answer some questions about these things that I know have been plaguing people's mind because I keep seeing the comments, I keep seeing it get asked. So I'll be right back. We'll go across the road, we'll get the SEMA video done, and I'll be back at this.
Guys, I want to reemphasize, especially after yesterday's situation, how proud I am of our following and our customer base, near and far, even just you guys that are subscribers of our channel. What a tragic day it was. And going to that funeral with those 4 boys sitting there, I can tell you it was heart-wrenching. And after that, and after the video went live yesterday, letting you guys know what was going on, so much reach out. And again, only a small fraction of y'all have my cell phone number. There was emails, text messages, comments. I even had multiple customers, and you guys know who you are out there, that offered to help with the funeral expenses and everything else. Multiple of y'all out there donated to the GoFundMe, and I can tell you William will appreciate it. After we got back home, it was a late night because we had to travel pretty far to the funeral, and I was sitting down, literally just about to fall asleep. He texted me. He had seen the post that we made. He had gotten home, gathered himself up, and he said, JW, I love you guys. Like, y'all are my family. You do so much for me. And he said, I am just bawling. And this man went through a funeral without crying for the most part. He did get choked up a lot, but his little kids, bless their heart, they were all to pieces. But what a great turnout for the funeral. Lots of flowers, everything that he said she would have loved. And he was holding up really strong. Obviously for the kids, he had them on both sides of him. You want to talk about a situation that was heartbreaking. But for you guys to reach out with so much for prayers and offering so much and doing so much for somebody it's not even technically an employee of ours, just somebody that I know is a hard worker, and you guys have learned to see and follow through us, is amazing. So I'm going to give you guys thanks. And we'll get off the sad subjects and we'll get to something good. Check out the rest.
Well, this one's going to be fun. You guys watching this on YouTube are amazing. You're also mostly adults, but you know what? There are some younger generation on here. But you put something on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and people go wild. And I don't understand. I was always taught to make sure I thought before I spoke. And speaking is one thing, but when you put a comment out for everybody in the world to see, just seems like you're kind of dumb sometimes. But what do I know? So I don't know the age of these people that are doing it, but this truck went ridiculous. There's a combination of a couple videos that have well over 2 million views in 48 hours about this truck. Now you guys know it as the SEMA 2025 truck, okay? Some of the comments were about the Mickey Thompson tires, that they were 20 plus years old. I can assure you, I have 20 plus year old Mickey Thompsons in there. We're the ones that brought them back. We know what they are. These are not. These were the new ones that came out in SEMA. Most of y'all know this. But where I'm going with this, I want y'all to see the humor in all of this. And these are the 17x16 Mickey Thompson wheels. So we'll get that out of the way. Huge shout out to Mickey Thompson, as always. The stripe package on this truck, the comments were wild about it being a Toyota color scheme. Well, I'm gonna show you something right now. It's not just a Toyota color scheme. It's a Kawasaki color scheme. But it's also a Ford color scheme, it's a Chevy color scheme, and it's a Dodge color scheme. And you can Google it and you can see that. And before Toyota even thought of it, Chevy and Ford used it, and Dodge. But the thing we've never talked about on this truck very much, it's a TurboMax. Now, what's a TurboMax? TurboMax is a 4-cylinder with a turbo. Now, some of y'all are like, oh, what? That truck's got a 4-cylinder? Well, truck's got 800 miles on it. Most of them have been put on there by me. We have a video of me doing a nasty burnout on the original tires and wheels prior to taking them off because I told Brian and Daniel, this thing's got a crap pile of power. Well, I never took the time to do this analogy, and here's where it's going to get fun, okay? It's a 4-cylinder turbo. Most of the comments were also, my dad's got a 454, my grandpa got a 454, it'll yank that thing backwards. Well, here's your grandpa's 454. In one of these, or one of those, or one of these. Now we're talking stock for stock. Now a lot of y'all already know where I'm going with this, but follow along, because I went ahead and printed it. Your grandpa's horsepower was 210 and 340 foot-pounds. That might vary a little bit, okay? But I just took a stock 1980 as an example. Again, we're going stock for stock. TurboMax, 310, 430. So let's compare 100 more and almost 100 more. Huh. Crazy, right? Yes, crazy. It has far more power than a big block did. Now we know big blocks make more now, and a lot of comments. Now again, this is what was available. I had to have a short bed regular cab. That's what Mickey Thompson asked for. I did not care if it had Fred Flintstone power. This is what we had to go buy. But this was the option. This was what was in the motor in this category and combination. As far as I know, you can't even get it any other way. I don't even think you can order it. But let's just say the argument was, I think a 5.3 would be better. It would have 40-some horsepower more, but it actually has less torque. And I think the torque is what makes that truck feel so good. It is amazing on those 40-inch tires. Again, I'm not representing this for Chevrolet. I'm just pointing out a cool fact that I don't even know where it came from. All of a sudden, it just dawned on me when people started arguing that this was stupid. Like, these had such little power. Now, yes, we all know you can cam it and head it and exhaust it, and you can get a lot more power. We know that. We also know there's 40-plus years of technology difference. That truck rips. And again, I'm just preaching to the choir here on YouTube, but here's the thing for your kids that are watching that are like, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a TikToker, I want to be an influencer. All those negative comments, raise that video. All those millions of views not only pay, but they build the algorithm and they get people to our page and they get new followers. A lot of people call it hate. Hate's great. I know a lot of YouTubers say hate's great. They do stuff on purpose to make people hate them to get the views up, because that's how they make their living. Now, you know that's not what we do, guys. We're here for actual real content. But how crazy is that when you really look at these specs? I was kind of blown away. I already knew the truck was powerful. I know how one of these feel. I know how one of these feel. I've been in these trucks since they were new, and I know how they feel. I know when I jumped in that truck and ripped it, I was like, that freaking truck's got a crap pile of power. And it does. And if it came with a 6.2 and we had a year to wait, or if we want to put a 6.2 in it, we could do it. But obviously it came with that motor. So anyway, long story short, eat your heart out, guys. You can get a lot of views. And that truck has several videos that are over 2 million views in 48 hours. That's a lot of views. Just with people going back and forth. A lot of them just arguing with themselves. There's a lot of them that have a TurboMax that try to shut people up, but they wouldn't listen. All right, guys. So going to answer the question that's been asked a lot of times today about these three-wheelers and different things in this particular building. So I was over here earlier watering the plant of my dad's from the funeral, trying to keep it going, and it is still strong. Crazy. Thanks to all that brought flowers to that. Made a big difference. So the three-wheeler deal. What's the three-wheeler deal? I've been into three-wheelers and four-wheelers my whole life, since the 80s. A lot of y'all have already know the story. This was our childhood four-wheeler. My dad bought it in like 84, 85. He actually traded a three-wheeler that my mom did not like him having to get that. And he rode it. I rode it. My brother Brian, then my brother Daniel. And I think at some point we've even had some of the nieces and nephews on it at some point. But we've always been on them. So it was not we jumped on any kind of bandwagon. But I did get out of hand with it. And a lot of people ask why. So I've had some of my ATVs and ATCs in our shop, around the car lot. And every time a customer came in that was looking at classic cars or trucks, they always said, would you sell it? Of course, no. I don't like selling things. So I've kept a lot of my original three-wheelers and four-wheelers. But I have a good friend, Binky, which has basically the world's best collection of three-wheelers and four-wheelers. And I'd helped him find some things along the way. We have a lot of similarities. We've been doing truck work for him for ages. So I said, you know what? Having some of these on display so people can see them, like when they would come and I'd say no to sell it, they say, can I sit on it? Can I let my son sit on it? He's never even seen one of these things. My wife won't let me have one, whatever the case may be. So I said, sure, no problem. So I said, you know what? Well, you know, the guy would say, hey, that's a 125. I had a 185, or I had a 200. So I said, I need to find those. So I got on the hunt. But here's where it really got interesting, and for me, it was really good. The people that have these have the same struggles that all y'all have that are in the car and truck world. If you've ever tried to sell anything, they post up this 110, then they get every Tom, Dick, and Harry smart ass in the world telling them what they have, what they don't have, what's right, what's wrong. You know what that woman or that man wants to do? He just wants to sell it. Whether it be $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. There's some in here that cost $20,000. They just want to sell it. They don't want an education. Some of them have had them for 15, 20, 30, 40 years. And some of them, you know, a kid left it or they traded it on a whatever. They just want to sell it, okay? So I found out real quickly, just like when I buy vehicles from customers, that they're really happy if you just do things like you say. We buy square body trucks and old Fords and work trucks and bucket trucks every day, every single day. And what the common denominator is, do what you say you're going to do. Most of the time the customer says, I want 50 grand for my truck or whatever the number is. If it's obtainable and I think we could get it and do something with it, we buy it, we pay for it, we send a shipper, and we communicate. Well, as I've been buying these things, it's no different. But here's the coolest part, and this is what I want to kind of preach, because again, I know we have a younger generation watching this too, and I'm preaching to the choir for some of the older guys. But those people have called me back after the fact. Like, for instance, buying this 200 SX. It wasn't really a desirable one because I already had a couple of them. But sent my transporter, sent in the money by Zelle, I think it was, or maybe Cash App. Easy transaction. They started following us online. He's got a bunch of neighbors and friends and people that he hangs out with. Probably a 70-year-old man, you know, or whatever. And since then, I've bought multiple other units that never went online. They've bought vehicles from me. Once you restart that rapport and people realize how you do things and what to expect, it just gravitates. And I guess where I'm going with this is we get so many calls and people all the time, they're like, how do you guys do it? How do you do it? You do such a good job with what you do. You have to follow through on what you say. Now, getting back to these things, not just getting off track with that, the other thing that I promised was, if I had customers, and there's customers out there that are watching right now that can vouch for this, that said, hey, I'm buying a truck from you, and I'm in New Mexico, or I'm in Florida, or I'm in Texas, and I've always wanted to buy another 200X like I had when I was a kid. Could you put one in the back of the truck and ship it to me all at one time? Because I'm scared to buy offline. I'm scared to deal with shippers. These things disappear. They get stolen in transport. They just disappear, and things happen. So I'm like, sure. And I will sell some of these units when it's a case like that. We don't advertise a lot of them. Every now and then, like you guys saw me post one of these green bikes, I've got 7 of them there just alike. So no problem. We're going to sell 1 or 2. But on some of this other stuff that you don't see posted, as buying customers of ours, and again, there's a lot that can vouch for it because I've done it with them, say, hey, could you do one? Sure. It's X amount of dollars. Send me that. We'll put it in the bed of the truck. We'll strap it and secure it, and we'll ship it home to you. Now, it doesn't hurt that these things also go viral. So going back to that video about the Chevy SEMA truck, my boys have been posting some different videos of some of these, and it's gone crazy. So I also have said several times, and I don't want it to sound like I'm coming off too large and in charge or whatever, but this is really just a fraction. This building happens just to have some of the some of the cooler ones and some of them that we're working on. This is about a fraction, maybe a tenth of the actual collection. And I say that in videos because every video people are like, that's a nice collection, but you don't have a Banshee. Yes, I do. You don't have a this. Yes, I do. You don't have a that. Yes, I do. So I say that just so people don't make those comments and then just run down a tread thing, you know, a crazy path of that. This is an awesome collection, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy to be able to sell some of these to customers. Matter of fact, this particular big red may be going to a customer that's bought 2 trucks from me now, and we've customized 2 trucks for him. I don't really want to get rid of it. It's a really cool specimen, but he wants a big red, and we're going to be able to make it work out. I've got another customer that's bought 1 truck, but we've also customized 2. He's working on maybe purchasing a 2nd truck. I've got a big red picked out for him. Same thing. It's close to my heart. It's one that I'd really like to keep, but he wants it, and he's actually local. So a few of these do get sold. They do go away. I just wanted to explain that a little bit more. But also, every day, you know, people are resonating with these videos and listening and like, man, you know, I took something away from that. It doesn't have to be the car business. It doesn't have to be the 3-wheeler business. It doesn't have to be the toy business. I mean, whatever it is, there's so many things that you can do differently in your business if you stand back and look at it. And that's one of the biggest things I take away from my dad. He always said, listen. Just listen and learn, and don't stick your foot in your mouth. And it is true when you stand back. And again, this has been fun. Like, this is amazing. Like, to come in here on a stressful day and see this stuff, or fire one of them up and smell that oil burning out the pipe, that's fun in itself. And we all know the guys, the 40, the 50, the 60-year-old guys like myself, this is what we came from. These were the dangerous eras. One of the videos the boys made said, cool before warning stickers were a thing. And that's a true statement. Like, these were back when people didn't care. They'd break your arm, they'd break your neck, and they unfortunately, you know, did kill people too. But so has everything else that's come along since then. So all in good. I just wanted you guys to see these again. It's a hot friggin' day, and I didn't mind being in the shade for a few minutes. And if you are a purchasing customer, and I do have something that will work for you, obviously, yes, we will work with you the best we can. If it's one that I only have one of, like right now, this is one of the only white red 200Xs I have, I can't part with it because I want to keep it. Because the display and all the stuff you guys are going to see for our open house and our 50th anniversary, all of that is super important currently. But we'll talk more about it later. All right, we're wrapping it up for the day. Forgot I hadn't shown you guys that. I don't think, other than the background of the video. We actually did a cruise, a local cruise, and this rig right here actually went down the cruise. It was top heavy, as you would expect. We pumped the tires up, but I think they're losing air. We probably need a heavy plow, like a trailer tire. But other than that, this Freedom Factory car that we bought from the Cletus McFarland auction is pretty awesome with that on the top. And we actually put a little skeleton up in there riding along. The guy driving this, I'm not going to mention his name. He's a very local person around here, and those that know who drove it. And he said he's never seen people stare. And this guy's got a amazing street race car, and does stuff all over the place. But he said he never seen people stop and gawk like that. Getting some things cleaned up. Alvin trying to get the guys in the AC as much as they can today, because it's a scorcher, guys. It is, like you can see, the flag is barely moving. It's so stagnant and so hot. So I've been trying to have AJ, especially Alvin and Calvin, that kind of rhymes, on the road today, swapping, dropping off, picking up vehicles, at least so they can stay in the AC a little bit, as much as possible. Calvin's been out weed eating, but Trista's in a class today for titles. And I'm proud of her for going, because titles are a big deal. Title fraud is a big deal. So she's in a learning class about titles and title fraud, learning that. So very happy. Sucks she's not here because it's been a busy day for paperwork. Been emailing multiple customers, buyer's orders, and wiring instructions for purchases. So it's been a bit hectic without her in the office. And I'm also, again, I'm going to reemphasize that I am so proud of you guys. Every single one of y'all that has reached out and sent prayers and commented for William. I just can't say enough about a hardworking person. Alvin, hard worker. AJ, hard worker. Dave, my 70-some-year-old mechanic, hard worker. Mike, my mom. Trista, Brian, Daniel, Jake, Johnny at the shop. All the guys in the service shop. There's not a person on our staff that does not put in 110%. But when you have an outside contractor that still works that hard and puts that much pride in, and just, he came up, and this is a big old guy. He's, his hands, and he's a big fella. Holding that buffer and all and running it, he's strong as an ox. And he came up and gave me a big bear hug as soon as we walked in the funeral home. And he said, "I'm giving you a hug." And I'm like, okay. It means a lot. It means a whole lot. And his kids. His kids are with him a lot here during the summer, and I feel for them. So, we're all human, and just be thankful for every day you get, guys. Hug your kids, hug your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents if you're that lucky. Cherish it, because in a split second, things can be different, and it's unfortunate how things go in life. But we'll be back tomorrow, and we got some cool stuff across the road to show you that have just arrived, and they are getting washed up, cleaned up, and put away.